I keep getting lots and lots of request messages saying, Janelle, are you okay? Are you okay? Yes, I'm okay. And if you don't know, North Carolina has been flooding the past month, I'll say. We had the first hurricane that hit the North Carolina East Coast, and it got flooded really bad around my area, and my mom's house actually almost got water into her house. I'll show you pictures. So this was about 2-3 weeks ago. This was her backyard. But this is her back porch. This is her water from her backyard, and it literally almost went into her house. Thank God it didn't. I also want to show you the amount of damage to the little bit of water we had 2 weeks ago compared to what the mountains got, which was 10 times more than eastern North Carolina. This is a major highway by my house. This is Highway 17. This is the destruction I was talking about by my mom's house. Could you imagine driving over this and then all of a sudden it just buckles in out of nowhere? Lots of people were stuck on the highway. They had to cancel schools. A lot of people lost their cars, had to get rescued. Another road collapse. People's houses were getting burnt down from unexpected fires. And like I said, can you imagine riding down the road and then that happens? My house was not affected by that hurricane 2 weeks ago and everything was okay, but there has been destruction. Roads have been collapsing everywhere, bridges have been collapsing, and my mom is saying that they're still dealing with bumper-to-bumper traffic every day because you have to go around the whole town just to get to where you're going because all the roads are like destroyed. Now we had the hurricane that just hit Florida that went up to the western part of North Carolina, and that is where I take my kids snow tubing and skiing every winter. If you remember or not, I went up there about I think 2 years ago for Thanksgiving, made a bunch of vlogs with the kids, made a YouTube video about it. Yeah, we have a lot of fun there, and the people there are so innocent and the nicest people I've ever met in my life. They are just so humble, so down to earth. The flooding they are dealing with is just, it shouldn't have happened in, I think they said 1,000 years. Like, this is a 1,000-year event. And what's different about Western North Carolina is that these people in the mountains, they don't get hurricanes. They're not prepared. They did not know this was about to happen. And everyone's like, oh, well, why don't they just leave? Why don't they just leave? Why didn't they just prepare before everything happened? Well, all the dams started breaking one by one. And then that's when the landslides and everything began to happen. And you got to understand, Asheville is at like the bottom of the mountain. So all of this water is going down the mountain. And the mountains in North Carolina, let me remind you, they're completely like up and down. It's very jagged, very rough, and there's tons of rocks. And there's just so many different stories being reported right now. It's actually made me cry a lot today, and I have friends that are up there who are stuck, friends that have no water, no cell phone service, they're walking to get places. One of my other friends, she hasn't talked to her son in 5 days, and he's with his dad, and she hasn't heard from him. And there's kids that, don't have their parents. There's people that are up in the trees that they're finding, fatalities. There's little kids seeing things for the first time, really dark things that they should not be seeing right now. I don't know, all this is very devastating, and for the government not to be out there immediately speaks volumes. See the Cajun Army out there from Louisiana. I know people are coming together from the eastern part of North Carolina and Tennessee, and they're trying to help these people, but right now it's like everything's only accessible by air, and there's livestock that are floating down the water. Like, it's so insane because it happened so quickly, and it's like no one had a warning. And what really hurts about all this is that you've got generational homes that have been around for centuries that have got wiped out by this storm. And you've got generations of families that have so much history in these mountains, and there's like historical landmarks. There's the Native Americans in Cherokee. I hope they're doing okay. Haven't heard updates from that area, but it's just, if you went there before all this happened and you took in how beautiful this is and how beautiful the people were, and just how, I would say, even magical those mountains are, like, it's just so sad. So sad. It breaks my heart. It was so beautiful. I cannot imagine all the parents and all the children that are separated right now. And no one knows anything. And they don't even, no one knows what the first steps should even be. The whole state of North Carolina is almost out of commission. And I would never thought I would see this day coming. It just, everything happened so fast, Eastern and Western North Carolina. But my family's safe. I'm praying for all those families out there, because I just keep seeing all these different videos online, and I'm in shock. And I am so sorry this happened to all of you. And if there's any donation companies that you can please like comment and let me know below, I will give them shout outs. But I am going to be doing my research on these different companies, because you never know who you can trust. But if you can physically, please, if you're by Western North Carolina, and if you can please physically go there and just drop off donations instead of spending money, that would probably be better than sending money. They need all the help you guys can give them. Let's come together.